Iran News Now. Former nuclear negotiator versus heart surgeon. Runoff presidential election in Iran. In a runoff election to replace late President Ebrahim Raisi, who died in a helicopter crash last month, Iranians began voting Friday amid popular apathy following years of economic hardships, huge protests, and Middle East tensions. Voters must choose between hardline former nuclear negotiator Saeed Jalali and heart surgeon and long-standing parliament member Masoud Pezeshkian, who has associated himself with moderates and reformists in Iran's Shiite theocracy. On June 28, no contender received over 50% of the vote, forcing a runoff. It also had the lowest Iranian election turnout ever, making Friday's turnout uncertain. Imprisoned Nobel Peace Prize laureate Narges Mohammadi has called for a boycott, but potential Iranian voters appear to have chosen not to vote last week on their own since there is no widely accepted opposition movement inside or outside the country. State television showed minor lineups at various polling stations nationwide as elections started Friday. The 1979 Islamic Revolution prevented women and radical change advocates from voting, and internationally recognized monitors will not oversee the vote. The voting comes amid Middle East tensions over the Israel-Hamas-Gaza war. Iran launched its first direct attack on Israel over the Gaza war in April, while militia groups at arms, such as Hezbollah and Houthi rebels, are fighting and have upped their attacks. Iran continues to enrich uranium approaching weapons-grade levels and has enough stockpile to produce multiple nuclear bombs. In 2018, then-President Donald Trump unilaterally withdrew from the 2015 nuclear deal with world powers, which officials now support Pezeshkian had reached. Since then, hardliners have seized all government power in Iran. Iran's 85-year-old supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has final say on all state decisions, although presidents can steer the country toward conflict or diplomacy with the West. All polls opened at 8 a.m. local time, according to election supervisor, Interior Minister Ahmad Vahidi. Television cameras and photographers caught Khamenei dropping the ballot into the box from his home, one of the election's first votes. "I have heard that people's enthusiasm is more than before," Khamenei said. "God willing, people vote for the best candidate." On Wednesday, Khamenei claimed people who didn't vote last week weren't against Shiite theocracy. "Sociologists and politicians should investigate the causes of this issue," he suggested. Over 61 million Iranians have voting rights, with 18 million aged 18 to 30. Elections usually last till midnight local time to increase participation. Only Iran's second presidential runoff since 1979 occurs Friday. Mahmoud Ahmadinejad defeated Akbar Hashemi Rafsanjani in 2005. Iran faced international sanctions for its nuclear program and the 2009 Green Movement demonstrations and repression under Ahmadinejad. Pezeshkian's supporters say Jalali will bring a Taliban-style administration to Tehran, while Jalali calls him a fearmonger. The May 19 helicopter crash that killed the foreign minister and others killed 63-year-old Raisi. He was Khamenei's protégé and a possible supreme leader. Still, many knew him for his role in Iran's 1988 mass executions and the bloody crackdowns on dissent that followed protests over the 2022 death of Mahsa Amini, a young woman detained by police for wearing the hijab improperly.